Welcome to this demonstration of the PyDink editor, a great way to create DMods. I'll show you 7 great features from it now. Here first I will start with some tile filling. I select a tile either on the map or in the tile screen and I put them on the screen. Well, first I just paste them, it should work anywhere. Not actually sure how other editors do it, but now this is a cool feature. I select some tiles and I just say I have a region where I fill the entire region with that pattern. Very nice for floors, as you see. Second great feature is the distinction between sequences and collections of sequences, to make it all more simple so you more easily find the sprite you're looking for. Here you see the sequences, which are not collections, and collections, you'll see them later, are the ones which have a direction, so that's the people and the monsters. You may have noticed them missing here. Of course, when choosing a sequence, you also choose the frame with it, so it all works very well. Number 3 is multi-select of sprites. You can select multiple sprites at once. I'll show it in a moment. And then you can, for example, move them together or move them, give them different properties. Very nice, very useful. Here, for example, I'm selecting 2 sprites because they were 1 pixel off, and now I'm just moving them together. Very good. Now, in a moment you'll see a script, and you want to keep your finger at the pause button because it will be there only a short time, and you really want to read it, trust me. The script is not regular Dink C. It is pre-processed by this editor, and that makes it, I just added some things which are really much nicer. It does not care about white space, for example. It does everything much more like C than regular Dink C. One other thing which is really useful, and that is number 4, is that you can, in a script, you can just use the editor number by calling a sprite by name. So as you can see in the script in a moment, I'm using the editor number from Mom, who is in the corner at that moment, and she has a name Mom, and I just say I want the SP of Mom, which will be the sprite number of this sprite on the screen. So I don't need to be bothered with putting her sprite number in a global variable, like most DMods do it currently. So that was number 4, which I will show in a moment. First I'll just fast forward to a completely built house. Here's the script. And then we continue with number 5. Number 5 is a great feature, added only recently, which is path drawing. You can see, or you probably know, that many of the tile screens have the same layout. They have this left part with some corners and the right part with the other corners. And as you can see, this editor knows about it. And on those tile screens, you can simply say, okay, I want a border over this path, and it will just draw it for you, including the right corner. And then, when you're done, you just need to fill the insides, which is easy to do as well. So that's really great. Then, here you see the collections of items. So, as you can see, there's not actually that many, so you don't have to be bothered with looking for the right sprite. It's quite easy to find. A lot easier than when all the others would be there, and a lot more easy than when not only all the others, but also all the other directions would be there. So that's one great feature again. Then, I will start adding some stuff and a script with another script. It's shown here now, only short, so you should have paused it if you didn't. Now I'll add 2 screens and show another example of the path drawing. I'm going to create a cave here, and after I've created the cave, I will do some more cool things, but one thing I want to say with this cool feature number 6, and I cheated a bit because I'm not actually showing it, but I'll just tell you, is that I can do a random tile filling. In this case, I will, after drawing the entire cave path, I will fill it with a pattern, but I could also have filled it with random tiles from the selected tiles, which is especially useful for grass or, well, a cave ground would have been useful, but in this case I used a normal fill, so you don't see it, but it's still a great feature to make something a lot less repetitive looking. So yeah, it just makes the DMod look better, and that's cool. Here you see the path drawing, well, used, a bit more powerful. I'm actually quite slow because it's a new feature, so I'm not used to it either. And even more, I've already improved it, so it automatically works more like it seems here, which is mostly because, well, it looks like it here because my computer is so slow while recording this. But no matter. Here I shall fill the entire floor, and as I said, I probably should have done this with a random fill, even though I'm using a normal regular fill. But it's still a cool feature, both of them. Finally, I will tell you now about the 7th feature, which I will show in a moment, which is the layer feature. Every sprite is in a layer, and the layers have properties, which means that a layer can be background, for example. And that's what I will show in a moment. I'll put some dirt there, first some rocks now, but later dirt. And that dirt I want it to be in the background, because I don't want it to have scripts, I don't want to walk under it, so it should all be background. Well, I could have made some property background, but I decided that I want this to be a layer property. So I have a layer, which is marked as every sprite in that layer is a background sprite. And now I will put the dirt sprites in a moment in that layer, and then the dirt is immediately background. I've set the editor so that this layer is drawn with some transparency. So once I move them to that layer, you actually see them become half transparent immediately. Because I don't usually want to see much of the background, but it's on the other hand, if you want to edit the background, then you can just make the other layers invisible. Here I will be doing it right now, they're all in the background, as you see. Now I'm adding an extra enemy, giving it a script, and then we're done. So have fun with my editor. Thank you for watching.